Hello and welcome to this unboxing of the Rexel Auto Plus 100M automatic micro cut shredder. Well, this is how it arrived. It didn't need another box. This box seemed to be secure enough. It weighed a fair amount. And as you can see, let's have a look at the specs on the side here. So it's a kind of beginning of the mid-range. It says it's for everyday use rather than heavy use, and it calls it the executive. So really it's something where a small company or the executive of some company can just put a few sheets that need to be shredded without wasting an enormous amount of time by having to stand by it, because time is money, of course. So what have we got? P5 for the security level, very good. Bin capacity 280 sheets. 100 sheets in the waiting to be shredded area. You can take staples and paper clips. And let's go down a bit further. It can shred credit cards, and the important thing is it cannot shred CDs, so we have to go further along before we get the CD shreddable. I'm not sure that that's any importance anymore, but certainly being able to shred credit cards is useful. And we've not got casters, so it's intended to be just kept somewhere. But let's have a look inside now. As I say, this is how it arrived. There was no need for a box around it to be perfectly adequately packed here. I don't think I'm going to be able to lift this up without putting it on the floor, or possibly the old trick of tipping it on its side to help. There we go. And lift it up. Good, that's how to do it without straining your back. So, one box. And back the other way. This is seriously heavy. Even for someone as strong as me. Here we go. Take this off. And on this side again. Right. We're getting there now. Here we are. This away. And on the back, the main lead is actually captive, so we need to just remove this plastic bag. Let's do it quickly. Maybe too quickly. That's better. Good. All the usual kind of things. So we've got a captive lead here. Might be a nuisance because that's actually quite short, which is going to restrict where you place it. In fact, it's even going to restrict me a bit. I've got a plug that happens to be conveniently on the wall. There we go. Right. What have we got in here? A brown paper bag. And instructions. Looks nice. This is wonderfully big drawer for the shredded paper. So how does it work? There we go. You just click on there, put it in. So obviously if you've got one sheet, it's going to go down there. So let's start. Auto. So nothing's happened yet. I think I remember an on-off switch, yes. Back. So we have to... Yep, that's looking better. So let's just start with one sheet of confidential information. Nothing's happening. Yep, there it goes. That's actually pretty quiet, I must say. But you wouldn't want to be standing there feeding all those in when you have the option of this. So let's have a look to show you how it works. I'm not sure how it actually does it. It's got rollers in the middle. That's clearly for when you feed in them that way. Well, we're going to find out. Here's a pile of papers. We can just drop them in there. Seems to be limited to A4. Right. And there's lots of warnings on the side here. So if you're putting things in here, they mustn't be bound in any way. So not heavy duty clips. No unopened mail. No magazines. Right. Not thick paper. So it wants an easy life. But you can have thin staples this way, but I'm just going to use normal paper this. So we're imagining we're having 100 papers. And it's doing it. Now I don't know if you can see through this light, but there's a little waterfall of paper coming through. The other good thing about it is that we no longer care how long it's going to take. It's really quiet. I mean, it's a gentle hum, but actually it's a lot less than the other ones that I've used. It stopped humming, so I'm going to have a peep inside now, and everything's gone. I haven't actually quite sussed out how it managed to do that. It presumably got them into the shredder. We can open the door, and here we go. As they say, it's P5. It is, in fact, much better than the cheap one, which I think was about twice the width and twice the length. But this is really quite almost proper confetti. That's very, very finely shredded. So a high level of security there. I'm well impressed. Not sure what we do with a credit card. Might be a case of reading the instructions. Here, we have the instructions here. Yeah, it says credit cards can go in the same way as everything else. In there. Yep. There it goes. But it's not strong enough to take CD that way. But yeah, there's my credit card. In there. Tiny little bits. So, here we go. Because it's standalone and automatically feeding the paper in, it means that obviously you're not standing around waiting for it to do that, but equally, because you're not standing around, you're not tempted to push in as much paper, so it should last a lot longer, because it can happily go at the minimum, say one sheet at a time, feed that through, so it's not going to be excessively hard on the machine itself, whereas I found I burnt out a smaller machine, which to be honest, is 2/3 of the width, so they are quite big, and I burnt it out by putting in 8 at a time for about half an hour, because I tend to pile up my paper for a year at a time and then want to get rid of it all at once after I've done my annual accounts. In this case, there won't be any problem. I just put the paper in there, close the lid, and let it buzz away, and I can go on and do more productive things than standing by it, feeding in a few sheets at a time. So I hope that's been very useful for you. I'm well impressed and very happy with this. Let's have another final look around. The only complaints I have, well, this lead is short. I must say it's under a metre. It's a bit of a nuisance, so you're probably going to find that you're going to be using an extension lead unless you happen to have a very convenient socket nearby where you want to put this. But other than that, this is a joy to use. We've got a big window here, so it's going to be very obvious when it's full of paper, and it's going to take a lot of paper as well. As it says, it's 280 sheets, so that's effectively, when that's filled twice, it's probably time to get this to the bin. Very nice indeed. If it does jam, presumably when we're doing backwards, we can press the reverse button to get it going, or forward button. Off we go. Thank you very much. Hope this has been useful for you. Thank you.